So first question has to be, it's the rumors, are you fighting in Boston?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
You would probably know better than I would. I never know until actually get the phone call and say, hey, this is where it's going to be at. I say, okay, cool, that sounds good. Yeah, but I heard a lot of rumors before the Gilbert fight about where it was going to take place, and I had no idea, and then it ended up being most of them were true about it being in San Jose. So I wouldn't say a whole lot. I guess what caught my eye the most would have to be he didn't make a whole lot of mistakes. He doesn't have a whole lot of holes in his game. He's pretty solid, pretty good fundamentals. Doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes. Has good, solid fundamentals. Doesn't leave like big holes anywhere. And just a tough guy. You know, not afraid to stand there and bang. Get back in the gym. I was back in the gym. I fought on Saturday. I was back in the gym on Tuesday. You know, I take it nice and slow. But some guys want to take off like a month or take off 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and not do anything. I like to get back in the gym, start loosening up, getting rid of some of those bruises and letting your body heal, but still getting a workout in. So you're not, when you do get back in the gym, sometimes it's worse because you took off 3 weeks or took off a month after your fight. You know, obviously you have like you can hope, oh yeah, hopefully my career, you know, goes the way I want it to, goes upward. At a certain point, you gotta realize if your career does go the way you want it to, if your career does go up, and you get to a certain point, you know, you will be doing a lot more of this media stuff. Or the UFC called me up on Sunday night, and said, "Oh hey, we want you to go to Mexico City. You're gonna leave on Wednesday." I was like, "Oh snap!" But I have a life, you know. I have a lot of stuff that I gotta take care of, blah blah. But we ended up getting it all worked out, and I was able to come out here and enjoy Mexico City. But yeah, it's nothing I really envisioned. I didn't see myself, you know, 5 years ago. Oh yeah, I want to go to Mexico City and do a bunch of a media tour. But you do have to realize if you do get that level, you are going to be doing a lot of this stuff. That's the hard part. You have a lot of obligations, and to be honest too, like as a career, my career span is pretty short. You know, I'm not going to be fighting forever. I'm going to be fighting for 2 more years, 3 more years. For most fighters, it's a very short window of time that which you can, maximize and make some good money. You're dead broke. You have no money for the first large part of your career. Then you have a little bit of your career where you can make money. Then you have the rest of your life afterwards. So you have a very short window in between that time to actually make some money. So you want to, do other things where you can make money during that time, which also eats into your time as well as these media obligations. But it's one of those things. You have to just overcome it. You have to know it's going to be that way. You have to wake up earlier and get your workout in. I got in last night at 12:30 a.m. I was in the hotel at like 1 or so. I was up this morning I had to be downstairs at 7:15 a.m. So I had to wake up earlier to get my workout in. It wasn't like a super hard workout, but I had to wake up a little bit earlier and get something in because I know that today's going to be a jam-packed day. So you gotta make that sacrifice. You gotta dig deep and do the work. I know how hard fighting is. It's tough in the body. It takes a toll on you. I want to be able to speak clearly, articulately. I want to know what I'm saying. I want to make sense when I'm 50, when I'm 65 years old. I don't want to take too much damage to my brain because those are important parts right there. So I don't want to take too much damage. Your body gets beat up also. It gets harder. Making weight for me is tough. So all that sacrifices everything, and then you start to decline a little bit as you get older. You're not the same thing you were when you're younger. It takes that much more work, all that sort of stuff. So I knew when I was younger, when I first started the sport, I was going to not fight forever. I was going to fight. I ended up retiring when I was like in my mid-30s. I decided it was going to be like 32 or 33 when I retire. You got to make the most of it while you have it. I know I'm not going to be doing it long, so I'm going to sell out hard for it and go all out, not hold anything back. And that's another good point. That's a great point. The 155 weight class in the UFC is perhaps the deepest and toughest shark tank there is in the UFC. We got nothing but killers from number one contender from the number 10 contender. At any point, number 1 and number 10 guys is going to give me a hard fight. Like, it's not going to be an easy fight for me. I'm not going to take the number 10 guy and just mop the floor with him. It'll be a tough fight. At 205, not the case. At 170, it's not the case. You maybe have, 3-4 guys at 205 who are pretty tough. At 170, there's 2 or 3 guys, maybe a little more than that. At 55, man, it's tough. It is tough. But that being said, it also helps me appreciate, like where I'm at, having the belt, because I know it's the toughest and deepest weight class, easily. So I definitely have an appreciation for having the belt and being at the top of such a, tough weight class.